Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I have a huge XRP update today. There's a lot of news that came out and I'm going to update you on all of it. Get ready, buckle in, let's go. And first article we have here today is Chris Larsen here, basically talking about the good things that can come out of crypto. It's not all just negative, and he's going to talk a little bit about that. So let's play this and we'll move on and I'll get you to the juicy stuff.
A lot of people ask, how can crypto be used for good?
How can crypto
My name is Larsen, and this is Crypto in a Minute. There's lots of ways crypto can be used for good. One of the exciting possibilities that I'll put out there is using blockchain technology, crypto technology, to create better carbon credit markets. Now, carbon credit markets are essential for our fight on climate, but they've been a mess, right? People describe them less as markets, more like flea markets. And we think by using blockchain technology, you could make carbon credit markets radically transparent. Why is that important? That means anybody that's working to sequester carbon. Think about poor farmers in Africa. Change the way they use their soils, suddenly they capture more carbon. They can sell that. And in today's world where there's no transparency, they're being taken advantage of. A transparent market using NFTs in a blockchain, they could see what those prices are and always be assured of getting a fair deal.
All right, guys, remember, everything in the future is going to be tokenized. Energy, gas, natural gas, oil, right? Oil's kind of energy, but water, right? Everything is going to be tokenized and have a value. If you guys like all this content and you want to really take your learning experience and supercharge it, think about becoming a Cryptonaires member. I will take your crypto knowledge and I will 10x it. It's what I do every day. I focus, I really pay attention to what's being used globally, and we talk about this and I show you the proof. I bring you the information so you can make a better educated decision on what you want to do with your life, right? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who loves crypto and I love sharing it with you. Please like and share with somebody you know. Also, check this out. We are excited to announce poised and Ripple will start working together on the Central Bank of Colombia, Banco Republica. That's some big news, right? This is one of their CBDC partners that we just found out about. So I have some other news here for you to check out. Here is the official from Ripple. My phone always rings when I'm doing stuff. That's how it goes, right? All right. June 15th, right off the press, the pilot program. All right, Ripple and poised enter Colombia del Banco Republica in advancing the implementation and utilization of blockchain technology. Let's take a look. The pilot program will evaluate high-value payments use cases using Ripple's CBDC platform based on the core technology of the XRP ledger. Ripple, the leader in enterprise blockchain and crypto solutions, announced today in collaboration with Banco de Republica, Colombia's central bank, to explore blockchain technology use cases. The central bank, in conjunction with the Ministry of Information Communications Technology, MINTIC, interesting name, will pilot use cases that will enhance Colombia's high-value payment system using Ripple CBDC platform, powered by the XRP ledger. Remember, any of these CBDCs are going to be launched on what we call federated sidechains. Use the asset XRP. Just so we're clear, these are on federated sidechains. This is Ripple's technology. It does use XRP to move that value, okay? This pilot will be developed as part of the third phase of the experimentation on blockchain led by Mintech. So this is the third phase. They've already been doing some testing. Under the guidance of the Directorate of Digital Government, Mintech, the project will run through the end of 2023. The goal of the third phase of Mintech's experimentation on blockchain will be to educate national and territorial public entities through interactive collaboration and real-world application experiments of how blockchain technology, unparalleled speed, scalability, transparency, and revolutionize the payment system of data management. Develop these key capabilities. Ripple CBDC platform, an end-to-end solution for central banks, will be experimented and tested in a controlled environment without compromising public resources. All right, this is good news, and it just keeps coming, right? Ripple to expand into Europe and on the back of MiCA amid U.S. regulatory uncertainty. Let's take a look at this. This is hot off the press too, June 14th, so yesterday. Ripple sustains a global expansion despite the pressure from the SEC lawsuit and a view to penetrate deeper into European as MiCA becomes law. So MiCA is legislation, excuse me, I was looking for the word. I was like, litigation, wrong word. Legislation for the European Union. That's 27 countries are going to have crypto regulations, right? So Europe's a little bit behind places like the UAE, Singapore, Switzerland, but Europe is coming up pretty quickly, and all of this is going to affect Ripple and XRP. And I bet you the European Central Bank, right, Christine Lagarde, she said in October of 2023, that's when they're going to decide on what CBDC they're going to launch, and they're getting some feedback from people, but there's a real chance that they use Ripple and the CBDC for that, right? Just think about it. what other solutions are out there that they could try. Sure, they could go with XLM maybe, but Ripple has more experience and they built all of this technology around it. XLM's still trying to find their place for their use case of that token. Let's keep going. Cindy Young, Ripple's managing director for the UK and Europe, highlighted these expansion initiatives as a recent interview on Monday on Money 2020, at the Money 2020 event in Europe later this month. Anthony Welfare, CBDC advisor at Ripple, called the attention to the interview a tweet today. He says, great interview with Sandy Young on Ripple's future prospects here in Europe, CBDCs. It's really a number of different currencies and CBDCs. They're all going to be coexisting, and that kind of ability to interoperate, to go in and out, is going to be very important, right? That's what XRP was designed to do, a bridge asset between all the other currencies. There's going to be about 33,000 currency pairs. There's 180 currencies in the world, right? And so if you imagine that all of these currencies are going to eventually wind up on the blockchain, digital version of the currencies, you're going to need currency pairs to go in between all of that, right? So I'll give you an example. If you're in Europe and you're not going to be using the US dollar for trade, you're going to be using your own currency. That's the way this is going for a lot of these countries. But let's say you're doing trade with another country and you're using your currency and you're using their currency, right? You can do trade just as easy as 1, 2, 3, and the money can get there quickly. If you're still using the correspondent banking system, that could take additional 3 to 5 days if you're lucky to settle those payments. So not only banks will be able to do a lot more and they'll be able to save money, they'll have full transparency. And when you have a CBDC, you really will have full transparency over how much money has been issued. If you need to do some quantitative tightening and take money out of the ecosystem, you're gonna be able to do that and maybe burn it and then recreate it when you're doing quantitative easing. But Ripple's digital currency plans, let me just read this for you. Welfare pointed out Young's remarks pertaining to Ripple's extended efforts towards digital currency and CBDC developments. According to Young, Ripple has continued to expand its offerings to accommodate digital asset central bank digital currencies. Recall that as the crypto basic disclosed last month, Ripple rolled out a CBDC platform for central banks and other financial institutions to develop their own digital currencies on May 18th. Ripple is also collaborating with Montenegro for the full development of the country's digital currency, guys. So this is really big, right? And then Ripple's intensifies European expansion. Besides the CBDC's initiatives, Young also emphasized the importance of the markets and crypto assets. The MiCA regulation, which is going to roll out later this year into 2024. The regulation is creating a fertile ground for Ripple's expansion in Europe. Recall that all 27 Euro Union finance ministers unanimously voted to pass MiCA regulation last month. The European Parliament president signed it into law in May 31st. So there you go. Europe is ready. Europe is getting ready, right? And then here's another thing. Ripple partner Banco Rendimento, I probably butchered that. If I did, my bad, is working with Brazil's Pix to allow customers to pay from Pix as they travel across Latam, which is Latin America. If you didn't know that, it's all good. All right, let me click on this. In Switch, a global leader in embedded finance technology, is collaboration with Banco Rendimento, one of the most dynamic banks in Brazil, have come together to launch a major offering payments methods, allowing Brazilians traveling abroad to use Pix system for purchases and payments as they were in Brazil or through Latin America. Pix has become the preferred payment method in Brazil, with nearly 150 million registered users and over 2 billion transactions processed in its first 9 months. Damn, that's a lot. And then it says in March 2023, the system recorded over 3 billion monthly transactions, and the amount moved also reached a record high of 1.8 trillion transferred, 1.28 trillion reals. So I think right now it's like a 5-to-1 on the US dollar to a real. This is 200 billion or something like that. The expansion of Pix in Latin America will enable more individuals and businesses to conduct fast, secure, and efficient online financial transactions. Additionally, it will offer a solution the 3 main current difficulties in cross-border payment: instant effectiveness of the currency conversion, transaction security and traceability, and user friendliness for Brazilians worldwide. So this is a big deal. This is a big deal. And it just keeps coming. Regulatory clarity in Europe, right? This is more kind of talk about regulatory clarity for Europe and how that is really going to help XRP. I don't really need to get into this because we did talk a little bit about that. I just wanted to show you this other article here. And then you also have some stuff popping up here from ISO the GOAT, SAP, SAP, Ripple, and AWS. SAP is very important. By connecting the SAP HANA cloud platform and the SAP payment engine with Ripple's network, nearly instant transfers will be achieved. And here's the Canadian bank or Canadian wallet. And then this is maybe, is that Switzerland or Germany? I'm not good with flags, I apologize, but either one. And then you got like the computer where you're sending it through, payment engine 8, cloud platform, banking and payments platform, Ripple console review, HTTP SOC interface, Ripple gateway, Ripple Connect AWS, right? It's getting big. Overseas payment process took 20 seconds instead of 3 days. You tell me, what are companies going to do? No, we want to use that old banking system. That, you know what? She's a classic. I love that banking system, right? Yeah, maybe she's a little slow and outdated and she costs too much and 5% of those transactions actually never get there. We don't want to save millions of billions of dollars every year. We're going to stick with the old system. Who's going to think like that, right? People want instant gratification. You probably can't even make it through 10 minutes of this video. I probably have lost you already. Our attention spans have been cut, thank you to TikTok and everything else, but we need to understand that this is what banks are going to want to use, right? Half a cent to send a payment, right? They're being charged 2 to 5%, right? If you send $1 million and you get charged 2 to 5%, it's 20 to 50 grand gone, like that. But if you use Ripple, maybe it costs you a penny. That's 20 to 50 grand in savings on one payment, right? It's big. And then United Nations request for a proposal on implementation of interoperability payment solutions mentions Ripple, right? Here it is, May 13, 2022. And then here you go, scrolling down. From experience and different countries, especially those where FSPs have integrated with global payment networks and international hubs such as Ripple, MFS Africa, Thunes, TerraPay, provide a cost analysis tool allowing governments to access the cost of implementing a domestic interoperability or regional interoperability solution. Ripple's thought of it all, guys. This is why it's so important to pay attention to this. Anyways, I will cut the video off there. I know your attention span is small, so is mine. 12 minutes will do it. I appreciate you listening to the content. Please like and share with somebody you know. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Robert Doyle out. Bye.